Hi, this is Anja von Radio 1 in Berlin. Are you
Hi,
fine?
how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
I'm doing well.
You are now in Germany.
I'm in Poland today. We're playing, but we're over here.
When did you realize that the tour will be your wave goodbye tour?
Before we started this whole series of shows, before we came over to Europe, we just played 5 weeks with Jane's Addiction in the States. And around the end of last year, we decided let's have one kind of farewell go-around for Nine Inch Nails and just hit the world one last time and play some shows that we thought might be fun.
So it was not like you started a usual tour with Jane's Addiction and somehow you turned out to be fed up.
No. It wasn't a result of any of the touring it wasn't an off-the-cuff thing. This is a planned out. Let's do this and then just take some time off.
So it won't be your last tour ever?
Well, I have no plans on taking Nine Inch Nails out. Anytime when the calendar is coming up. I may do something on my own. I may not, but I'm not going to do any touring for the next couple of years. I'm just kind of tired of doing it. And there's a lot of things that I've been wanting to work on that I never get around to doing because I'm always on tour.
Things like what?
Well, working on some music outside of Nine Inch Nails, working on some more Nine Inch Nails music, working on some software projects I have, and some other interesting things I can't get too far into detail with that aren't music related, but are interesting to me. And I just feel like it's time to branch out a little bit and try some things, and at least say I tried it and it worked or it didn't work, but instead of talking about doing stuff and never getting around to it.
Mm-hmm. So you're not switching industries and go to like Silicon Valley, invent internet games and more iPhone gadgets and stuff like that, because I think they certainly would profit from your ideas, wouldn't they?
Well, it's part of what I'm wanting to do is in that world, but it's mainly just from through the marketing of Nine Inch Nails in the last few years, or I should say, as we've been free agents and we aren't on any kind of record label. I've had to spend a lot more time thinking about how to present Nine Inch Nails and how to release music these days and how to deal with the collapse of the music business, basically. And it's made me realize that nobody really knows what to do. And the people that are kind of in charge, the people that used to run do run record labels, they certainly have no idea what's going on. And I think there's some good space there where I think some good ideas could be applied that could help a lot of other bands. And hopefully in the process, help establish a new business model for musicians that's a bit more fair to them. Because the traditional record label contract certainly isn't fair to any musician, They loan you money to make music, you do all the work, and at the end of the day, they own it after you pay them back, and you get a terrible percentage on what you sell comes to you, and it's thievery, basically. And I'm hoping to help come up with some new ideas that put the power back where it belongs in the hands of musicians.
Sorry.
That was it.
Okay. You were kind of extreme creative in the last years since With Teeth in 2005. I don't know, I don't want to offend you, but maybe you prescribed this break for yourself to get more serious and substantial and maybe profound in writing again, not using so much computer, but maybe the piano more or so? You worked with Brian Viglione from Dresden Dolls, so maybe I could imagine something like that, very acoustic and old stuff.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my options open right now. And I'm also considering working outside of the name Nine Inch Nails and trying some different things as well.
When people announce a break from being public, like maybe Sean Penn did recently, they usually try to invest more time into their families too and save their relationships or marriages, I don't know, build a family. Maybe you want to be a father someday?
No, I do. And I'm actually engaged to be married, and things are going actually wonderful in that department. So I'm excited about that aspect of my life that's been pretty neglected over the years. So we'll see what happens.
Hmm. You're living in Los Angeles now, and I always wondered if your old studio in New Orleans, which suffered through the hurricane, was it destroyed or is it still standing?
No, it's still there. It weathered the storm fine. We disassembled it right before Katrina hit, actually. But
How
the building is
close?
still there.
How close to the catastrophe did you move out?
I moved out the same year, just a few months ahead of it, actually. I kind of formally decided to move to LA. I'd been there for about a year, checking it out, and then I just sold my house and did it, and that happened, I want to say that was around spring of whenever that happened, 2003, I guess it was. And then the storm hit that fall, so it was just an odd coincidence the way that worked. But the house I owned and my studio was all spared. There was no damage done from Katrina.
And who's in it now?
Actually, John Goodman, the actor, bought it from me, so he's living there now.
Oh. Do you see it as a coincidence? Not the John Goodman thing, but you're moving out so close. Or do you consider it to be fate?
No, I think it was just, just kind of fate in a sense. But, I have a lot of ties to New Orleans, and I still consider that my home in a lot of ways. And I lived there for about, 13 years, 12 years. And watching that happen to that city was, it's heartbreaking, because it wasn't the storm. It was the response and the people and the administration that